Hello everybody, my name is Mark Armstrong. I'm an account manager here in B4X, and today we're going to learn how to read charts. The charting information should be found here in the middle right of your platform. If it's not, you either click here. If you have the tutorial there, when you first log in, you just go to Menu and then you change the layout from beginner to trader, and you should see the charts over here. Now, a chart is basically a history of everything that went on in the price of what we're looking at. So here we can see the history, and what we're looking at are called Japanese candlesticks. You see, it's not in a straight line, but we have these little candlestick formations. Now, you can obviously resize the chart by dragging these lines over here, or you can open it up in a separate screen by clicking the detach button over here. That'll open it up here so you can resize it however you like, or make it full screen. The first thing to know is what we're looking at. So right now we can see that we're looking at the euro against the US dollar. So if you want to change that, you just click here and open up the drop down menu. We can change it to see whatever we want. So let's change it right now to silver. Okay, and now we're looking at the history of silver. The next button over here is called the period type, or basically the time period. And this is how much time does each one of these candlestick formations represent. So right now it's set on 5 minutes, and that means that each candlestick is equal to 5 minutes of time. So we can set it on 1 minute, which will show us what's happening. Oh, look at that, silver's just dropped about 10 cents there in the last minute. We can also change the amount of records that we want to see. So if we change it to 200, that means that we're looking at the past 200 minutes on the price of silver. Or if we want to change that, we can also, if we want to see a larger period, we can tell the overall trend in the market. Now we change it to daily, and that means that we're looking at the past 200 days in the price of silver. We can also change the perspective, of course, by zooming in or zooming out. Let's zoom in right now. We'll look at the candlesticks a little bit more and try to understand what exactly they mean. So the Japanese candlesticks are basically the best way to look at the charts and to get the maximum amount of information possible in the minimum amount of screen space. So first of all, the green candlesticks mean that the price went up during that time period. So right now we have it set to daily. So this is today. This is yesterday, that's the day before, and we can see that it's green, so the price is going up today, and the red one means that the price went down. You'll notice also there's this line extending beyond the candlesticks, so these little lines over here, and this is basically showing us the entire range that silver traded in during that period, or right now we have it set today, so this is showing us the range for that day. So it means that it went to a high of 36.90 and a low of 35.56. And you can see right now, while I'm pointing at the chart, you see the blue line, the blue box on the right, which shows the price that I'm pointing at, and the one at the bottom, which is showing the date. The second thing we know about the candlesticks is it's going to show us the opening and closing prices. So meaning if it's a green candlestick, that means that the price went up. So it opened up this day, or yesterday, the first price of the day was 35.79, and the closing price of the day was 36.21. But we can see that it traded within this entire range, and the opening and closing was very short. If it's a red candlestick, then the opening would of course be at the top, and then the closing will be at the bottom. And that's basically how we understand the candlesticks. There's all kinds of strategies that can be employed at all kind of candlesticks formations. Of course, feel free to ask your account manager at any time if you need any assistance, recommendations about the market. We're always happy to help. Have a great day.